What's your take on it? Agree, disagree? Doesn't not congruent with your life?
Being a single person. Sorry.
Speak your truth, hon.
It's not you guys triggering me. It's just like, it's really hard to take care of myself after being with someone for so long and giving it your all. And I know that I want to find someone's to share life with, but I'm at a point where I'm valuing myself, and I didn't put myself in this situation. I didn't choose to be where I am. And it's just like trying to get back on my feet to find the people that I can vibe with. I resonate with what she's saying. Like, the part that hit me most was doing it all on your own. Even though I don't have kids, I'm just here taking care of myself. It's hard as fuck. It's lonely. And there's nothing more that I want to share life again with someone that will like be there for me and appreciate me and value me. All parts of me. So, sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you for being honest. A lot of women would not admit that. They would not. They would say, I'm strong and independent, and they'll fight it to the grave. And thank you for being honest and vulnerable. And I have an opinion on this, a take on this, which I'll give you guys some factual data after. But what's your take on that? You talking to Mike, please?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. As far as my background as well, I have always been the provider. I have always found a way. I have always, even when I got knocked down, I brung myself up with no help from a man. So my perspective is a little bit different. Like I said, like I can be very submissive. I talk to alphas, but I just wouldn't be able to go to that other side because I'm not ready to give all of my trust into somebody because I've never been able to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I agree with exactly what she says. And I understand that it's hard to do that when you're the provider. But I also know that in the end, yes, of course, I would love a man to be able to play that role. And I know that I'm not meant to do all this by myself. So, yeah, I agree.
And guys, I want to say one thing, man. Like, you understand, right? Imagine your whole life you've been lied to about how things in life are supposed to go.
Yeah.
And you find out later on that like it's all been a lie.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, oh, I can just change automatically. You're gonna be like, fuck.
Think of the RP rage from a female perspective.
Yeah. Literally, like females now are being told you can be this person independent, but in reality, they just want to have family.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, what do they do?
Yep.
It's sometimes it's too late.
Yep. All right. So what's your take on it? Agree, disagree?
Okay. So with that, I do agree with her due to the fact that I see it from two standpoints. I see it in the relationship well, I'll start with the other standpoint first. I see it within a business standpoint. If you're handling a business, and you're trying to do everything yourself, it's going to be very stressful for you. It's just going to make everything harder as opposed to you having a team or having somebody with you that's going to help you out with everything. It'll make your ride very much smoother. And it same thing with the relationship. I mean, with, either being by yourself or being in a relationship. Yeah, you could try to do everything by yourself, but, it's much easier to have somebody with you, to take on, let's say, the bills or whatever else may come with it. You're going to need, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need somebody to be with you.
Okay.
And you, Owen, just so the people know, because we got 10,000 live viewers, by the way, guys, like the video. You're an entrepreneur. You have a lashes business,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Difficult running it by yourself.
Okay, yes, it is. For me, it is kind of difficult running the business by myself. Sometimes as a business owner, there's times where you have your days where you get unmotivated. And with having a business, you have to stay consistent. So sometimes, let's say I'm not motivated, I'm not consistent, I'm not going to get that many sales. I'm not going to get all the sales that I need, as opposed to me being consistent, posting every day, talking on live as I should. But like I said, it'll be more easier with the team.
Cool. Your take on it?
I mostly pretty much agree. Everything is easier with someone by your side, and it's definitely more enjoyable to life having someone by your side. I know definitely I get in my moments where I might be a little lonely, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I can't be independent, but being independent isn't what's surrounding my world or making my world go round.
All right.
I think it's really easy to follow
or trendy, let's say, to follow the strong, independent woman, I don't need a man trope. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself if you're really going to be fulfilled coming home to an empty apartment, ordering takeout. Like, is this really what you want from your life? Or are you, just trying to follow this empowering idea that you need to do everything on your own and that you don't need a man and that men and women don't need each other?
Okay, cool. What's your take on that?
Oh, well, first, I think it's bold and brave that you cried first. I wasn't sure who was going to be you or me, so feels good. I wasn't the only one here because I'm not about to have these 10,000 people roast me. No, I agree with her. There's a level of every woman, despite how they feel, whether they're on this independent thing, wants to be kept, right? We all want to be kept, and there's just a level of relief that you feel to know that you have somebody who is the pillar and the foundation of the household, and you are able to basically make the household in order to make it be a real home. I'm a private nanny, so I work personally with fathers all the time and be like, hey, I can't do this alone, because sometimes being a private nanny can really feel like being a single parent a lot. And a lot of them can attest to you get burnt out like hell. But it really helps to know that there's a man present to basically enforce these rules with the kids and also demand the respect that it is and keep it a balanced household in order for the household to continue moving forward. And that's just me getting paid for it. God can only imagine you being a parent 24/7.
Cool. Do you were you able to gather your thoughts?
I did. So it's
Nothing wrong with disagreeing. Go ahead.
no,
Wait.
I totally
You have
agree
the
with
floor.
it. That's the thing. Like, I agree with it. The only thing is, someone else mentioned before how they had a situation and they provided for their man. I had to do that in my past. And then after a certain amount of time, they weren't even trying. And like that's what hurt me at the end of the day. Like, they didn't try for so long and I was providing. I had the apartment, they were staying there. And it was like, what are you doing? Like, you're taking advantage of me, and like I'm getting like everything for you. Like, I'm getting food, I'm getting the apartment, like you're playing video games, like, and you're not even going out and trying to get a job. And this is, I'm only 24 now. Like, this is only a few years ago, and it hurt. It hurt because I'm the one out there like trying and working so hard. I wanted them to like be like, hey, I just came home from work. Like, let's do this, let's do that, and not I come home from work and I'm like, oh, you didn't even try to do anything. You didn't even cook. Like, I'm the one coming home. Like, you didn't even cook. Like, like at that point, like the roles were reversed. I felt that, and I didn't want that. I would rather it be the other way.
I have a question though.
Go for it.
Who chose the guy?
Like, you mean like I chose the guy or like he chose me?
As in, like, okay, if you found out who he was, why'd you like tolerate it for so long?
It changed.
Yeah.
It changed going in like about 6 months to a year in. It changed completely. Like, he was not like that, and then changed.
That's how it
You already
usually
had-
goes.
you already have feelings,
And he
right?
also like when like you said before, you like girls when they go out a certain way and they're not dressed like that. He changed like the way like I went out. He made me only wear certain clothes, and then he only made me hang out with certain friends. Like, it was like very weird. Like, to me, that was weird. Like, it changed after a certain time. It didn't happen in the beginning of the relationship. It happened after like 6 months into a year, and I was like, what is going on?
You weren't okay with it.
It was like it was a complete flip. Like, if I went into it knowing what it was going to be, I've been okay with it. Like, because like that's how the beginning and like the stand of the relationship started. It happened midway through, and I was like, what is going on here?
Well, I don't agree with him changing midway, because obviously from the beginning you should know what time it is. Like, all right, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. These are my standards. But for him to change midway, that's kind of.
It was super weird.
Just out of curiosity, did he change midway as he was losing his job and you started to support him?
No, after 6 months of me supporting, he was like completely switching, because like I was still doing what I was doing.
Oh, so you were in the breadwinner role and he tried to dictate terms with you.
Yeah, but I didn't mind for a certain, like, I liked him saying like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that.
Mhm.
After so much time going into it, he was like, oh no, like I need to like regain that role. Is
Interesting.
kind of what it came down to.
Okay, fair enough.
Me?
Yeah.
I not gonna add to the conversation because I really do agree with a lot of what the girls said.
Okay.
Gave me. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave
You
it
don't
at
have a
that.
point to argue or here?
Really?
What?
What?
The heck?
I'm
no.
surprised. What's
Okay,
going on?
Hear me out. Like,
There we go.
Okay, now.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
Right there. Now she got
Nice.
time to argue.
She's being enlightened.
No, I'm not being enlightened, but like I do think, being independent to some point, like everybody likes companionship because we're not meant to be alone. I don't think we're meant to be alone. You get me? I think that's just a survival thing. We're meant to be around other people and feeling loved. That's just a human nature type of thing, and that's just a human nature type of thing. But yeah, so I'm just gonna agree with what y'all said.
All right. What's your take on it?
Yeah.
You gonna hear the video for once, so.
See, I
somewhat-
barely heard.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, don't pause.
But
Sorry.
I got the,
Come on.
I got the background of the video with the girls
Yeah.
coming. But I do feel like life is supposed to be enjoyed with the people that you love and
Mhm.
having a partner, right next to you all the time. Me personally, I'm such a social butterfly, and we have a big family. I have my sister and my parents. We have 3 dogs. And there's always people coming in and out in my house. We always have family visiting. So I'm used to being around people. So I wouldn't if I move out of my house, I feel like I would never get used to being getting to a house that is alone, because that's just not my nature. I didn't grow up with that. So I don't know. I grew up in a very family oriented environment, and that's what I want my life to keep on, moving onto.
Moving forward.
So you want a lot of kids?
Moving forward too. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck no.
You want a lot of kids?
Wait, what you say?
You want a lot of kids?
No, I want max 2.
Ooh.
2. That's it.
Out of curiosity, first child,
Okay.
boy or girl?
I want 2 girls.
2 girls. Okay.
See.
Yeah. She doesn't
Like my
boys.
sister and me, 2 girls.